Hey everyone, you're watching Kick Back and Chat with Amber Pickens. Today I'm really excited because we get the chance to chat with a very special artist. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, mixer, engineer, top charting R&B songs from 2023 till this year, over 75 albums in his arsenal, and the face of the reintroduction to Death Row Records, Mr. October London. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm feeling great. I'm in Dallas, so I'm loving it.
Welcome to the South. Yes, and this is show day, so I know you're excited for tonight.
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited to get out there in front of the crowd, and Dallas always shows me love, so.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So your career is just absolutely incredible. So many layers, so many nuances. You're from South Bend, Indiana, which is known more for their sports.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what was your introduction to music? I know a little bit about your father, how he performed with Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is absolutely amazing. Can you tell us about the introduction and when you fell in love with music?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I fell in love with music when I was a kid, so I always, used to be in the back of the car listening to artists like Boney James, which I currently just work with, which is crazy because that just came out of the blue. And just listen to people like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Frankie Beverly and Mays, rest in peace to Frankie Beverly, and Charlie Wilson, just so many greats, Marvin Gaye, of course. So, I fell in love with music when I was a kid. I just loved the impact of the music and how it would move people and make people love and just feel something.
So how was it growing up and choosing music over sports? Did you feel like you had support from your family and your friends, or were they kind of like, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of basketball, not too much. Yeah, not too much, but I did want to go towards sports, but my love for music just, overextended that, and my family loved it. I wanted to work a 9 to 5, and my family, they let me do it obviously in the beginning of years, but as I got older, they were like, no, you should really pursue this music thing, and here I am.
So how many years was it of planting the seed? Because I know you had the moment where you were in trucking school, and when I learned about that, I was like, okay, so was this a moment in your journey where you were saying, okay, I'm going to take a break from music, I'm done with music, I'm just going to focus on this right now? Where were you at that point in your life?
Yeah, at that point in my life, it was 2015, and I just really wanted to do the 9 to 5 thing. I found this good job that was, making 80 to 100 grand a year. I was like, this is it. I can, have a family, build a foundation. And then I ended up meeting Jazzy Faye in November, December of 2015. And that just changed my whole outlook and my whole life at that point because he introduced me to Snoop. So,
And so you still had the hope alive. You weren't completely done, were you?
I was almost down and out to the point where I was completely done. He caught me at a very good time. When that needle's hitting the E in the car, your tank is about empty. That's where I was, and then he, got a chance to fill the tank back up.
Definitely. And so you introduced your song Colorblind to him, and then he was like, I'm meeting with somebody, but you were like, I'm not sure. So what was it like when you got that call from Snoop Dogg, and he was like, we Jazzy Faye and I were really interested in working with you and creating something amazing?
Yeah, when I got that call, I just didn't believe it. I was like, at that point, there was no AI really like that, so I would have probably thought it was AI now if that would have happened today. But I was just amazed that he would even be a fan of me, because I'm not a major artist at that time, so I'm just a kid from Indiana at that point, and to hear him say that he was a fan of my music and just the vibe of Colorblind song that I had done prior, I was just really happy that he did that, and Snoop changed my life.
Yeah. And can you share with us, what is the vibe of Colorblind? Because I know you do so many different genres.
Yeah, the vibe of Colorblind is really that Marvin vibe, and it's just a story about, loving one another for who they are, no matter the color of their skin, no matter how they are. It's just loving everybody, all at once.
And what made you really lean into that? I know you do so much, the gospel, the EDM, the country, you rap, R&B, and rock. You do it all. So why were you leaning in that direction?
I don't know. It's just a vibe. I don't force music too much. If I get a vibe out here, just being out here on the balcony, then I'll make something, but I won't force it too much. And Snoop knows that as well. When we work together, he doesn't force any music on me. I did Rebirth of Marvin in a week, but I wasn't forced. That was just something that was a vibe. And October Nights is the same way.
So you've been signed with him for almost 10 years now, and it's almost like a form of modern artist development because we don't hear a lot about that these days. So what has these past almost 10 years looked like for you working with him? Because I know it goes all the way back to when he did his show with Martha Stewart. You said you were always there. You were just gaining so many tools in your arsenal. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean that almost 10 years is crazy to think about because now that you say that, it's like I feel like I've only been with him for a few years, and I feel like everything's kind of happened really quickly. But it was a sort of artist development without him really forcing that artist development and telling me, okay, let's get in the studio, let's do this. He just let me become myself through the years and just making sure that I was financially stable and just having my back along those lines. And, I was doing the music for the Martha and Snoop TV show. I've been on all his albums since 2016 or 2017, so he just really had my back. So it was artist development, but in his own way and in my own way.
I'm really fascinated by your process because, like you said, with the rebirth of Marvin Gaye, you just shot that out like in just a few days and you were just flowing and you said that you freestyle. So what is your background with freestyling? Was this the first album that you just completely freestyled on, or is that something that you've been doing over the years where did you just feel called like for the first time to do something like that?
Well, sometimes I'm really impatient. So, it comes from that, comes from waiting, sitting around, waiting on people and all that kind of stuff. So I want to get things done quicker. I know that music industry is fast paced. So I wanted to just make songs a little bit quicker, but still have that feeling into them. So I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing the writing, but the freestyling part is it just clicks. It just comes to me instantly. And I give myself 30 to 45 seconds to hear something of a track, and I do the hook. And if I don't like it, I just don't do it, because once I start forcing myself to do music, then you might not like it, or then I'll end up hating it a year from now. So I don't like to put out music that I don't like.
When you went through like kind of a boot camp time with the Babyface experience where you said, okay, again and again, you're like, okay, I'm not used to this. So have you found like a happy medium? Do you take some of that, or do you really stay on, okay, this is like what you were just saying, this is what makes me feel better? Or are you more open now to be like, okay, let me just keep doing it just to try something new, boot camp myself?
I'm trying to be open, but I'm just hard on myself, and I just like to test myself a lot. So I'm still going to be that way. I think the Babyface way was dope. I've worked with Dre, I've worked with so many people, and everybody has their way of doing things. I just have mine, and I'm gonna stick with the way I've been doing it. Seems like it's working.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and now you're headlining, so that's super exciting. Congratulations. So over the years you were already touring, but what is it like now headlining a concert? What does it mean to you to be headlining, and then also working with Maxwell and Jasmine Sullivan?
Yeah, I mean, headlining it's just really fun because you kind of get a chance to breathe, and you can create the show how you want to create it. Nobody's forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, or songs you don't want to do, or anything like that. So headlining is great. But working with Maxwell and Jasmine has been just a fun experience. I talked to Maxwell today for like an hour and 15 minutes, and we're just going back and forth about experiences and just learning things, and maybe even a possible tour with me and him at some point.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. But everything's been absolutely amazing. So.
Yeah, and y'all are on y'all's home stretch, only a week left. So what's been some of the most exciting moments during this tour?
Definitely seeing people come up on stage and get engaged. It's been a few of those. So it's been one on each of our set, I believe. I know there's one on Jasmine and a couple on mine, but Maxwell might get one as well.
That's really, really beautiful. Love is in the air. Yes, and you're paying it forward. I love that you stay grounded by staying in South Bend, Indiana. It's like you like being home, being close to your family, and you're paying it forward by working on a mini golf course at your son's school. Can you share that? I think that's so amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. We're working on it. I'm trying to get that signed, sealed, and delivered because he plays golf. My son is 7. He's about to turn 8 on the 1st of November. So, we're just trying to figure out a way, where he can build his own legacy, but start there at his school. So.
Yeah, and that's so many people have been talking about that, children of color, Black kids being able to learn more about golfing. So I just think that's absolutely incredible. And you're also working on your animated series, Doggyland. Yeah, so that's really amazing. Tell us about that as well. And is this the project where your son was doing some of the voiceovers as well, got on the track?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me and Snoop have a animated kid show on YouTube called Doggyland. We even have toys at Target, toys at Walmart. Doggyland just exploded, man. The kids love it. It's actually overseas. I've seen some videos from Africa. I've seen some videos from London. The kids really love it. They play it in the schools, and it's just all about learning and just having fun and really, really great music, something that the parents can also listen to, because some songs you're like, oh boy, over and over, play it again. But these songs you're like, yeah, I am going to play it again.
Yeah, so the parents would be really grateful for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we tried to make it, kid friendly and adult friendly as well. So, and yeah, my son was a part of it as well. Me and my son did a song called Brush Brush and a couple other records on there. So he has a piece of it too.
You talk a lot about being a happy artist. Can you share with us what is the importance of being happy throughout your journey, and then anything inspirational you have for artists out there watching?
Yeah. I mean, you have to just stay in your creative lane. And that's what I would tell any artist. You have to stay in your creative lane. Do what you want to do what makes you feel right. I've always been like that. Snoop has always given me my creative control. He's never over my shoulder like, no, don't do that. He's just like, hey, what do you want? How are you feeling this week? I want to do some EDM records. I want to do some house. All right, cool. Just call me when you're done, and I'll come check it out, and then we'll figure out a way to put it out. So having that creative control is really, really important. And for any artist, just stay true to yourself. Don't be forced into a box. Just be you. And if, you feel like you're getting control, just come on to death row where you're not going to be.
Yes, that's amazing. And one more thing, you do once again you do so many different genres. You've introduced us to so many things in your arsenal, so many different sounds, and I just love that so much. What's next for you? October 9th is out, and I love the album, Third Shift and Touch on Me. I love it so much. It's only been a little bit over a week, but I know you're working on some other things, like working with Stevie Wonder, maybe even doing a Studio 54 track or album.
I'm trying to do that. Yeah, I don't know where the next one's gonna go, but yeah, I plan on working with Stevie. I know me and him were in the studio just talking about things ahead for next year. Also working on a record with Charlie Wilson and a record with me and Maxwell together. So it's gonna be a crazy 2025. You're gonna get the country side of me, the EDM side, all of that. You're gonna get the alter egos. You're gonna get everything. So many things happening.
Well, I'm excited. I love to dance, so I look forward to all of it. This is a little welcome to Texas gift. Yes. Yes.
People do like me.
Yes.
See?
No, we love you. You got some supporters down here. Hey.
Hold on a minute. I wanted to try this.
Yeah.
I actually hit up Beyonce's mom, was like, yo, and she was like, because I'm going to see her in L.A. So, oh my God, thank you. I finally get to try this.
Yeah,
we're drinking this tonight.
Some Sir Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's drink o'clock, isn't it? Yes. Love that. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for making time. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, October, and congratulations, and I hope that you kill it tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for watching Kick Back and Chat with Amber Pickens.